Abby, and I'm a nurse practitioner student at The Ohio State University. With me today are my friends Eric, Lynn, and Jessica, and we're going to talk to you about developing healthy eating habits in our school-aged children.
During this presentation, we're going to examine the current trend of children's eating habits along with the lasting impact that they can have on their health. Also, we'll offer multiple tips and ideas to you, the parent, for establishing this healthy eating habit. This may seem like an impossible task, especially to you parents of picky eaters, but just bear with us, and even taking just one or two things from this presentation will go a long way in the health of your child.
You have probably read in the news of the medical community's concern with obesity and its out-of-control growth. Obesity by itself is the culprit of many medical diseases: high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, mental illnesses, and the list goes on and on. This is not a fun way to live as an adult with any of these complications, but the problem we're seeing is that they're occurring at a much lower and lower age. So we need to focus on our children's future and not just the health they are in right now.
A person's eating habits are best learned from their parents. Children often mimic what their parents are eating, so it's our job as parents to not only model the effects of healthy eating, but to teach them these habits for lifelong health. As the saying goes, you can feed a fish to a kid and feed him for a day, or you can teach him how to fish and feed him for a lifetime.
To help emphasize the growing concern, I'm going to share with you how children's eating habits have changed and resulted in negative consequences just over the past 30 years. Since 1977, the number of obese adolescents has risen from 6% to 20%. This rise coincides with unhealthy eating habits of children.
That's right, Abby. The consumption of soda has even risen from 15% all the way up to 33%, while the consumption of milk has decreased from 66% all the way down to 33%. And that's not all. Chips, Mexican dishes, and pizza have also risen 3 times what they were 30 years ago.
Interesting facts, Eric. But not only does the rise in these foods coincide with the businesses of fast food that has exploded in the last 30 years. Fast food has become a staple of our society and our eating schedules. The availability, quickness, and ease of these foods have only compounded the problem of obesity.
As you can see, there is a growing trend that not only must be slowed down but stopped in its tracks. That is why it is so important to help your children develop these healthy eating habits now. Your child is at an age where their attitudes, personalities, and habits are forming. Instilling these habits now will help form them to help make right decisions for a lifetime.
And now that you have seen and heard the importance of this issue, let us look at some things that we can do to start changing our diets and developing these habits.
Wait, does that mean parents have to go immediately to their cupboards and just empty them and go buy new foods?
No, not at all. These are just some subtle changes that can be introduced at different intervals throughout the coming months, and they'll go a long way. For example, you can replace pop with any of the following: milk, 100% fruit juice, or even water. Or a subtle change that you can make that doesn't cost any money or any extra time is to replace all of your white breads with wheat breads and whole grain pasta.
Okay, that seems pretty simple. I have another idea. How about pushing down the number of times you get fast food in a week? Fast food is not only unhealthy, but it also shows kids the ease that you can come about these foods. Plus, you're cutting back not only on the unnecessary fat and calories, but it'll help you save some money.
That's definitely a good one as well. Other tips would be to replace the chips, the pretzels, the candy, all that stuff with fresh fruit, already made up celery, nuts, other things like that.
For the picky eaters out there, we also have some ideas. To start off, try to make snack time or meal time more interactive. Use as much finger food as possible, such as chicken fingers, to make it an enjoyable experience for them. Also, you can take the stigma off of vegetables such as broccoli by saying they're trees, for example. Or you can do broccoli and string cheese and make tic-tac-toe out of them. Don't make the dinner table a hated place, but make it one of adventure and reward for your children.
Another idea we have for the picky eaters can be a little sneakiness done by you, the parents. Mixing in some small vegetables in with their spaghetti sauce or favorite meal can help the child eat a healthy meal without them even knowing it. There are many other simple tips that can be found on the links provided on our YouTube channel as well as the end of this presentation.
Now listen very closely, as this is very important. This will take much time and effort, not only for the children, but for you as the parents as well. There may be some slip-ups along the way, but that's okay. We just encourage you to try Using these tips, and remember you are working for the future of your child's health. Getting support from other parents as well will help keep each family accountable.
Well, that works perfect when the kids are under our care, but what happens when they get older and they have to go grocery shopping by themselves?
Well, I have an idea for that. You as a parent can involve them in the grocery shopping. That way they're able to see what the grocery store has to offer, and then they can pick out themselves healthy options for when you go. Of course, the first time you go it will be a little difficult as they'll be running around after their favorite sugary cereal, but plan beforehand and have them make up a list along with your list of the healthy food options that they like. And then when you go to the grocery store, have them lead the whole grocery shopping trip. That way they know where the healthy food options are and they get in the habit of seeing the stuff that they like in the grocery store.
The last point to make in helping you establish a healthy eating habit with your child is by getting them involved in making their own dinner or lunch options. We have a few things here that we wanted to share with you. These ants on a log snacks are just celery stalks cut up, filled with peanut butter and raisins on top. And then these simple homemade pizzas are whole wheat English muffins with spaghetti sauce, cheese, and then turkey pepperoni, which is a much better option than regular pepperoni. We found that if you get the kids interactive in making their own foods, they're much more likely to eat them.
Again, we want to reiterate that this is not a snap of the finger sort of change, but a process. However, the benefit for your children now and most importantly for the future is so important. It is something that we must start when they're young to help them mold their eating habits for when they're older. Our adolescents are curious and always learning new habits. Be strong in your decisions and help us fight for healthier kids.
As we end this presentation, we have provided additional links for healthy eating habits and healthy meals. Thanks for tuning in and best of luck.